Welcome to this week's edition of the Empathic Designer podcast. I'm your host, Vaidishwaran. Brainstorming is one of the key components in an instructional designer's arsenal in order to conceive great design strategies for our clients. I'm going to spend the next few minutes to share some best practices around how to conduct a brainstorming meeting and make the most out of it. While I can go on talking about brainstorming for hours, the objective of this episode is to give a bird's eye view of the concept of brainstorming. Let's first start with why we need brainstorming. Brainstorming provides a critical platform to share and build upon your team's ideas and provide your clients with solutions that align to their requirements. Brainstorming helps you grow as a learning practitioner at a personal level as well. So, how to set up a brainstorming session? There are a few components that we need to organize for setting up these sessions. The first step is to define the problem statement or objective. This needs to be communicated to the attendees of the session ahead of time. It is also a good practice to share all project related information and documentation ahead of the meeting. Along with the problem statement or objective, it is important to identify the context and the list of enablers for this problem statement. Once this is done, it is important to identify a facilitator. The role of a facilitator is to collate the ideas and lay it out for the team while enabling them to arrive at a consensus on one or more solutions that can be presented to your client. While the usual practice is to have the main design consultant on the project to facilitate these sessions, having another learning consultant or instructional designer to facilitate these sessions helps in creating a fresh perspective on the key idea. Once your facilitator is identified, the next step is to create the brainstorming team and define their roles. An ideal brainstorming team would feature representation from all teams involved in the design process, including the learning consultant, the instructional designer, the media developer, and the multimedia programmer, along with the project manager. So let's look at how a brainstorming session happens. At the beginning, the facilitator tables the problem statement. The team members are then encouraged to voice their questions on the problem statement. The lead learning consultant answers them based on their interaction with the client, and the project manager weighs in from the project perspective. This will also help the teams to generate a set of assumptions which will form the foundation for their ideas. Once this is done, the members of the team are then encouraged to come up with their ideas. The facilitator collates these ideas. All ideas are tabled, discussed, and built upon. In my experience, I've seen visual strategies like mind mapping and activity boards work very well in driving these meetings. It is important to remember that an agile approach always helps in identifying the right idea for your clients and also helps the design team to be adaptive in terms of what they want to do to make their client's world a much better place to be. Finally, let's look at some best practices during brainstorming meetings. Rule number one is that there are no bad ideas. Table all ideas. You'll never know what you will fish out from that cocktail. Rule number two, don't criticize ideas, critique them. This will help you build your own thought and ideas based on the inputs from your team. Rule number three, quantity rules over quality. The best way to generate great ideas is to sift through as many ideas as possible. Imagine the ideas as a set of Lego blocks. The more number of blocks you have, the more number of combinations you can make, and the more number of ideas you can generate. So, what to do when working with virtual teams or in situations where your team can't meet up, or you have members on your team who are not discussing their ideas in an open forum? Using virtual collaboration tools and methods like index cards for exchanging ideas is a great way to get these meetings up and running. The facilitator again plays a very key role in these situations by creating the right environment that encourages sharing ideas and collaborating with each other. So, do you run brainstorming meetings with your teams? How has your experience been? Do you have any best practices for the learning community? Do share your thoughts on the comment section below. I'll talk to you again next week with another interesting topic. Thank you for tuning into this week's edition of the Empathic Designer podcast. If you like what you heard, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can hit the bell icon for getting regular updates from my channel. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, please leave a message on the comment section below and I'll be glad to respond. Thank you and have a great day.